In this video, I will discuss the dangerous side effect of a type of pain medication that is increasingly used in the world. These drugs killed about 68,000 people in the United States in 2020 and can be highly addictive. Do you know someone who uses them? Or do you take pain medication regularly and might be at risk? Share in the comments below which pain medication is part of your routine before watching the entire video. Fortunately, there are now many options for pain relief, but it wasn't always this way. The history of our controversial medication began thousands of years ago with a medicinal plant. The root of it all, quite literally, is a plant called the poppy. It looks harmless and has such a beautiful flower that you might consider it for home decor, if not for one crucial detail. Behind its beauty, the poppy hides a sap that, when consumed, creates a peculiar mix of anesthesia, relaxation, and euphoria. This sap was named opium, a substance historically used both as a recreational drug, due to its relaxing and euphoric effects, and as a medicinal treatment for a variety of health issues, from asthma to severe injuries. However, for those interested only in pain relief, opium was quite inconvenient because it left users euphoric and altered their behavior. This changed in 1805 when a German scientist named Friedrich Serturner managed to extract one of the substances responsible for opium's pain-relieving effect. He called this substance morphine, which remains one of the most potent painkillers available today. Over time, scientists discovered other natural analgesics, such as codeine, also found in opium, but with milder effects than morphine. This was a huge breakthrough in pain management, as it was no longer necessary to use the entire poppy sap as medicine. The main substances could be isolated to provide only the analgesic effect. The natural analgesics from opium laid the foundation for dozens of other pain medications collectively known as opioids. These drugs are effective against moderate to severe pain, such as post-surgical pain and pain from advanced cancer. They are the solution for pain that cannot be relieved with common medications like acetaminophen. Remarkably, opioids work because they bind perfectly to important receptors in our bodies. But how is this possible? Is it destiny or coincidence that the body responds so perfectly to these powerful natural substances? For example, when you stub your toe, the neurons in your toe send signals to your brain to create the sensation of pain. As unpleasant as it may be, you need to feel pain to avoid carelessly bumping into everything. However, the pain signal can't last forever. The body has molecules that monitor neurons to ensure this. These monitoring molecules can deactivate pain signals by binding to receptors on the surface of neurons. This is where opioids come into play. They have a similar structure to these monitoring molecules and bind to their receptors to block any pain signal. When opioids bind to the receptors, the neurons can't transmit the pain signal to the brain as efficiently. This mechanism is different and more potent than common headache medications that I explained in this video. The problem is that opioids do more than just relieve pain. They also act directly on the brain, which can lead to a very dangerous side effect. When someone takes an opioid, it temporarily blocks the brain's ability to regulate pleasure and well-being signals. This disruption causes the brain to release large amounts of dopamine, often known as the pleasure and addiction hormone. Dopamine creates euphoria at the same time the person feels the analgesic effect of the opioid. They feel like they are floating. Some even describe it as a high. However, feeling pleasure 100% of the time is not good, just as completely not feeling pain isn't beneficial either. The control of these sensations helps you differentiate between negative, neutral, and positive situations. As a person continues taking the medication daily, the body tries to regain control. It reduces the number of available receptors on the surface of neurons. In practice, part of the opioid the person takes no longer has a place to bind to generate its effects. Now, the dose they used to take becomes insufficient to relieve pain and doesn't produce pleasure anymore. The person needs increasingly higher doses to achieve the same effect as before. At this point, stopping the medication causes intense discomfort because the body has adapted to function with the medication. This is known as physical dependence. It's as if the body needs the medication to function. The person now has two reasons to increase the dose of opioids: to eliminate the symptoms of dependence and to relieve pain. Gradually, physical dependence alters brain regions involved in impulse control, leading to chemical dependence, which we then call addiction. If the person has access to the medication, they start to take excessive doses without considering the consequences. And I'm talking about a disease here, folks. The person doesn't decide to take more medication because they are irresponsible. They simply can't help it. The worst part is that not everyone is aware of the risk that medications like Codex, Tilex, Durogesic, and other common ones can cause. At the end of the video, I'll talk more about this. So leave a like to help this video reach more people and alert as many as possible, because opioid abuse is a serious problem. Opioid addiction led to the deaths of about 68,000 Americans in 2020. I mention the U.S. because it has the most robust studies. People start taking opioids for a severe fracture, a migraine, or the unbearable pain of a kidney stone. And when the treatment ends, when a person continues taking the medication on their own and increases the dosage, it's no longer for pain relief, but for relaxation and pleasure. People undergoing long-term treatments for chronic pain, such as in cases of cancer, also need to be cautious. Very high doses of opioids can affect various bodily functions. This is a problem even for those who abuse high doses occasionally, as opioids can become a deadly poison leading to overdose, which can cause seizures and coma. Without timely medical intervention, it can lead to cardiac and respiratory arrest and even death. In the United States, the main culprit is an opioid called fentanyl. Although its active ingredient is known as fentanyl, it is marketed under names like Durogesic or Fentanest. Fentanyl is up to 100 times more potent than morphine and is typically prescribed for cancer patients experiencing debilitating pain. However, it has infiltrated the illegal market. Individuals already dependent on opioids, and even those without a medical prescription, can obtain it without a prescription. The world faces a similar risk. In 6 years, prescriptions have surged from 1.6 million in 2009 to 9 million in 2015, and experts are unsure why. The primary opioids sold include codeine derivatives like Codex and Tilex, fentanyl derivatives like Durogesic and Fentanest, and oxycodone, also known as OxyContin. Have you ever taken any of these? Let me know in the comments. This pertains to prescriptions where the medication is taken under medical advice. A study in 2015 revealed that 3% of the population had taken opioids without a medical recommendation, a figure 3 times higher than those who reported using crack and 10 times higher than those who reported using cocaine. This is another warning sign. In the United States, after the rise in opioid sales, there was also an increase in their illegal use. When regulatory bodies decided to take action, many people were already addicted and dying from overdoses. Will we face an opioid abuse epidemic in the rest of the world too? I hope not. The truth is that access to opioids in other countries is more restricted than in the United States. These medications are only available at pharmacies with a prescription. However, we have strict regulations to prevent abuse and reduce the risk of addiction. Our doctors historically are more cautious and follow a pain management scale recommended by the WHO and the Ministry of Health, where each type of medication is prescribed for different pain levels. For mild pain, we have very effective medications like paracetamol and dipyrone, which you can buy without a prescription. Opioids are only used for moderate to severe pain when no other medication is suitable. Opioids are essential for improving the quality of life of those suffering from intense or constant pain from conditions like shingles or spinal problems. They are also part of palliative care procedures for severe illnesses causing debilitating pain, such as advanced cancers and lupus. Rest assured, as long as they are used correctly and strictly according to the doctor's recommendations regarding dosage, start, and end dates of treatment, you won't become addicted or overdose on opioids. But don't self-medicate or share your medication with a neighbor just because they have back pain, as I know many of you love to share medical prescriptions. If you want to share something truly beneficial, watch and share this video where I talk about the real benefits of probiotic foods like yogurt and fermented milk. Take care, don't take medications without a prescription, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Unlock your best health today. Ready to take your wellness to the next level? Our all-in-one supplement is packed with essential nutrients like vitamin K2, magnesium, pomegranate beets, vitamin C, and L-citrulline, designed to improve blood flow and support your overall health. Click the link below to discover more and start your journey to better health now. Don't forget to like this video, share it with friends and family, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest health tips and updates. Let's thrive together.